Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Anne, the Max Colour Stitcher. Today is Sunday the 26th of October 2025 and I'm back for my weekly cross stitch update. So as of tomorrow, 27th of October, it is officially my 1 year anniversary. So of being having a Flosstube channel. So thank you so much to everyone who has followed along with my journey. I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I'm so glad that a lot of you, or even the new subscribers, I have commenting saying that, you know, they watched them from the beginning, which is a bit scary because I've watched my first video and yeah, it's a bit rough, but we get there in the end, don't we? And we're here to see the stitching, not my excellent orator, is that the word? Orator skills? My speaking skills. Obviously, words are beyond me a lot of the time. But thank you so much for being on this journey with me, and let's hope for another 12 months. Now, as I mentioned in Flosstube 50, I was going to do a giveaway. So that is a chart from one of the big 4 cross-stitch places of your choice. So either Heaven and Earth Designs, Paint for Your Crafts, Cross Stitch Studio, or Charting Creations. So let's pick a winner. Let's get that out of the way and then I don't have to think about it anymore. So I've never done this before. So I hope this works. But I've loaded my video and it says I have 179 comments with the code word spring, that is. So I click on pick a winner, I guess. That didn't work. Oh, there we go. There's the winner. So the winner is Tonya Gallant 3973, and the comment says, I absolutely love watching your progress. I would love for spring to be around the corner, but I'm in Canada where we currently have fall. So congratulations, Tonya, and my apologies for mucking up your name. So I will put my email address in the comments or the description below. So if you could get in touch with me, provide me your email address, and I will, and tell me which chart you like, and I will send you that chart, however they do it, Random Act of Kindness or whatever it's called. So congratulations again, Tonya, and thank you for everyone who entered. I really appreciated all the comments, and I knew when I picked the code word spring that the majority of my viewers probably are not in spring. So it was great reading all your comments about how you potentially could prefer to be in spring right now rather than autumn. So, but it is very, very hot here. I haven't been able to comfortably be in the house all week pretty much without the air conditioning on. So air conditioning's on now, it's still hot. Supposed to have a storm this afternoon, but as it seems to be what happens where I live anyway, they predict a storm and we never get it. It's always seems to be more inland. But anyway, so that's the winner out of the way. So let's move on to the stitching. Now, my daughter hasn't felt very well this week, and so to cheer her up, I've spent a bit more time gaming with her this week. So I haven't got as many stitches as I would normally do, and generally I would be, well, more disappointed than I am, but I'm still happy with my progress, and as every stitcher normally says, I prefer more, but it's still a good number. So I worked on 8 projects this week, and I got a total of 5,000 stitches. I have a new start, completely unplanned, but when the chart was released, I couldn't resist. And I have a row finish, which I'm very happy with, and also got over 1% on one of my other projects, other whips. So I'm very happy with that. So let's get into the stitching. So my first project, as always, is my Sunday piece. And I guess I should say for anyone new, I'm a full coverage stitcher and I stitch all my projects on 22 count hardanger 1 over 1 full cross using DMC and using Stitching Mummy's typewriter method, which is picking a symbol in a 10 by 10 block, top to bottom, left to right, and stitching out the thread where I can, generally to the right, down if the right is, the colour's not there or it's too far away, and down makes more sense. And then I'll park if it's too far away, say 2 or 3 blocks. I will happily carry my thread, but I will not. I don't trust my counting. So my Sunday piece, as always, is this one. It is Dragon Race Into the Night, Max Colour, artwork by Rose Khan, charted by Heaven Earth Designs. It is now retired and is charted by Pain Free Crafts. So this week, I have been working in this pink building here, and I think I filled in, you'll see in my before picture anyway, but this is basically the row I'm currently working in. I'm doing 1 row across, so I think I'm up to these buildings today. I think I managed to just get some of that drag in there. So here it is now. So yeah, I think most of my stitches was in this pink building there. I was still battling on Sunday last week, so I did quite a bit of this purple colour to get some high stitch numbers in, because yeah, this was quite a bit of confetti, and then there's the start of that blue dragon that I mentioned. So I still have a fair bit to go to reach the end of that row. I think that's about halfway on this current row. But my dragons are looking amazing, I think, anyway. Slowly coming along. Still a long way to go. So this now has a total of 254,000 stitches out of 417,000. It's gone from 60.67 to 60.91%. So working on that one again today. So then I had 4 projects left on my wheel before I reset. So the first one I spun, clicking on the wrong thing. Where is it? Wish Pattern Keeper would order things. Alphabetical would be nice. This one is Cradled by Waves Filled with Love and Wonder. It is artwork by World of Love Hearts, Adrian G. Air. It is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. My daughter chose this one because she has red hair and she loves cats. But I'm still in the top row along here. I was doing 2 rows for this one, so it's taken me a bit longer to get the first row done, or the first row, or the first 2 rows, I guess. Nearly there. I think I probably would be there if, I was doing 1 row instead. So filled in just more of the background, more of that grey. I think you can see from the before photo. I never quite remember what I've done, especially when it's not obvious, it's just background. So, but this is the very edge. So nearly there, but it's gonna, because I'm doing 2 rows, like that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still what, 5 or 6 blocks, so still 1,000 stitches at least to get to the end of that row. The other side of the project with the 2 rows. Words today. Anyway, this now has a total of 4,500 stitches out of 160,000. It's gone from 2.19 to 2.81%. And the other problem I'm going to have, which I'm not sure if I've said before, is I wasn't going to stitch this very edge here, because you can see it's only on one side, so that might be hard trying to work out where to stop on that edge, but we will see. Hopefully it's easy enough, because I already have enough projects where I'm trying to pick out the background and other things. It's generally why I don't crop things too much, because yeah, I just like to stitch, and having to worry about cropping and stuff like that. Too much for my poor little brain. The next one I spun is this one. It is Autumn's Fire, artwork by Claudia McKinney, charted by Charting Creations. I am still in the top row on this one. This is the one I started 3 times. I tried 25 count on this one, it didn't work, so I stitched a lot of this black. I'm still into the leaves there. And this one reminds me of my daughter because that's basically what her hair looks like. It is thick, it is red, it is curly, and it is out of control. A daily mission to try to get that mane in control for school. So here we are here. My 500 stitches got done. So I just filled in a lot of this leaf here. And I was doing 2 rows for this one, but I have given up on that. And I'm just basically focusing on the 1 row now, just so I can get to the other side. I really like getting that top row done. So, you know, you've got something to work from, and also you know that your fabric is wide enough. Like I've measured and counted and pretty sure it's okay, but you just never know. So yeah, this now has a total of 2,500 stitches out of 228,690. It's gone from 0.87 to 1.09. So yay, I'm over 1% finally on this one for the 3rd time. Well, I think I'm not sure what percentage I got to on the other 2 starts, but yeah, it's good to get over 1% now that, sorry, itchy. I think I've got a bit of cat hair on my face. Sorry, it's good to get over the 1% now that, you know, I've started it 3 times. And I think the coverage is okay on the 22 count. So that's that one. The next one I spun. So there was 2 more on my spin wheel before I reset it. Oh. The next one is this one. This is Kitten Kaboodle, artwork by, sorry, I've forgotten, I have to look at my chart. Simonetta Ubiali, and this one's Charting Creations as well. So I've been working in the cat. So I got all of this, its shoulder, I suppose, and quite a bit of that front paw, and filled in a lot of its face as well. So I finished the cat now and I'm back into the windows. And here we are here. So yeah, this wasn't filled in. There's a lot of white there, which you probably can't tell that I did anything with it, but filled in its face a lot more, and then this paw here. So that's coming along nicely. I really like how that cat looks. I think it's charted very well. I like stitching cats, but I won't stitch all cat charts, or not all cat charts appeal to me, because some of them to me just look a bit off. You know, just the face shape, or it's just not quite right, I don't think. I'm very happy with how this cat's turning out. So this now has a total of 29,000 stitches out of 163,540. It's gone from 17.43 to 17.73%. So yeah, I've done the fun part now and back to window, but it should go pretty quickly. That's one good thing about background. It's boring, but it goes quickly, hopefully. Hopefully it's not too confetti heavy. My last one that I had on my wheel before I reset is this one. It is Snail Friends, artwork by Kayomi Harai, Max Color, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I have been working in, I got the rest of the cat's face done and then moved over into the shell, and I got quite a bit of that first love heart done as well. So yeah, my 500 stitches, it looks like quite a bit. You can see I filled in all of this purple and the first love heart. There was a few stitches left in the side of the cat's face. I just love how this one's turning out too. This cat's very cute. So this now has a total of 33,000 stitches out of 94,150. It's gone from 34.52 to 35.05%. So yeah, it's always fun with this one, seeing the percentage jump so high. You know, 0.5% each 500 stitches. This is my smallest one by far. My only one under 100,000 stitches. Okay, so then a new chart got released, and Siski, thank you Siski, immediately told me it was available. Now, she had shown me this one before because she actually asked Sarah Payne of Pain Free Crafts to chart it, and so we've been waiting patiently for it, and it finally got released, so I had to start it, didn't I? And I thought that I wouldn't have any fabric, but I found some. So this is my new start. Isn't it amazing? It reminds me of one of the Amy Stewart's. I'll show you. I actually have one I haven't started. See, to me it reminds me of that. That's Peaceful Vibes by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Haven't started that one, but yeah, it reminds me of that a lot. And it just really appealed to me. I have a black cat, and not that she looks like that because she doesn't have blue eyes, but it's just, yeah, all the flowers, and oh, look how cute this coffee mug. I love coffee, so, and a croissant. I think that's a croissant. I don't know, it's got something in it. And all the flowers, the painting, the colors. Yeah, how can you not like that one? It's just adorable. But this is artwork by Bridget Ashwood. And I already am doing an Ashwood piece, which is the Blooming Whiskers. So I know that it's going to be good and it's going to be charted well. So very happy with that. So I didn't have any spare fabric per se, but then I remembered that I had abandoned Waters of Nirvana, and I still had the fabric on the scroll rods that I hadn't done anything with, and it fit perfectly. So it was meant to be. Meant to be. Had to do it. And there's my first 1,000 stitches. How amazing does that look? And yes, I've tried to stitch out the colour where I can. This is obviously the one I'm doing now. And then this was too far away, so that's like 3 blocks down. I decided to park. So this is now has a total of 1,000 stitches out of 226,600, and is at 0.44%. So this has 100 colours, I think, or something roughly around that mark. But really happy with that. And yes, completely unexpected, this new start, but very happy, very happy. So after my new start, I went back and I spun my wheel again. I should say, sorry, reset my wheel so then anything could come up. And I should say, I actually did one before that one, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what order I did things in. We'll go with this one and then I'll go to the next one. So the one I spun was this one. It's Dreaming of Christmas, artwork by Sheena Pike, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is retired and has not been charted by anyone else, as far as I know. And I've just been working in the dog's face, under its eye there. So I'm nearly at the edge, and then I've still got his ear and all of that holly leaves to do. Oh, this one is so heavy. Sorry, let's try to get all these park threads out of the way. So I've worked all in here, got more of his face filled in. So yeah, I have a bit more to fill in here and then over to his ear. just love having this. I love how this one's turning out. So this now has a total of 119,500 stitches out of 166,678. It's gone from 71.4 to 71.7%. Show you the whole thing. And then this is my last, the last one I stitched on this week. So I actually spun this one. So this is my last one on my wheel before I reset it. So I stitched it last and then I spun it again. Now that my wheel's reset, which is this one. It is Catnap, artwork by Jeff HAED. It is Max Color, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I got a row finish. So I've been working, I got all the way to the edge in that brown cat. I should say, it's a ginger cat. I was doing a lot of browns though, so in my mind it was a brown cat, but loving this one. So very happy to reach the edge. And here we are here. So I'll show you close up. So I did 1,000 stitches on this one because it's got spun twice. So worked in all of that here and then just did a bit down into the next row just to finish off my stitches. I'll try to get rid of that for you. So yay, that is the width of the piece. So it's actually not that big of a piece. And excuse this was an old one. I should have started from the other end. I don't know why. Why I did that, but anyway, I started on the other end for Crafty Cat. So this now has a total of 8,500 stitches out of 179,000. It's gone from 4.19 to 4.75%. So nearly at the 5% mark. I just love working on this one. I say that about a lot, but yeah, this, you know, there's just cats. There's not much background, so fun, fun, fun. Lots of fun, lots of cats. What more could you want? So that's it for the stitching this week. Now, talking about cats, my cat is actually in the room with me. She is never in the room with me. So I'm gonna grab her. Now, she's not gonna like me holding her, so she's not gonna stay for too long, but I really would like everyone to see her. And here she is, this is Bella. So she's completely black. She's got a little tiny bit of white under her chin, but otherwise completely black. So that's my cat Bella. So may not see her again ever, or for a while at least. I mean, it's taken a year for me to get her on camera. So I'm very happy that for my 1 year anniversary, I got to show you guys my cat. And she's the sister of the Sophie that I've shown before. They were in the same litter, and we rescued them from a rescue. So because it is my 1 year anniversary, I thought I would show you guys some of my finishes, which I've never shown before on the channel, just as a, you know, celebration. So I think I explained on the very first Flosstube possibly who I am and my background, but I've been stitching since I was probably about 10. My really good friend in primary school, she was the craftiest kid I've ever met. She did all crafts. She sewed her own clothes, she did quilling and needlecraft, and she made soaps, paper, just everything you could think of to do she did. And she did cross stitch as well, and I tried pretty much, you know, well, a lot. She didn't do knitting or crochet, so my mum did that, but I never picked it up. But anyway, she got me into cross stitch. I never looked back. And then I have half siblings who are my dad's kids. They're a lot older and they started having kids. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll start stitching birth samplers. So I did quite a few of them for my nieces and nephews. And then people started getting married. So then I did a couple of wedding samplers. And then I didn't have the proper equipment, a stand and whatnot, and I used to really get a sore neck, shoulders being hunched over. So I sort of gave it up for a while, and then I looked back into it and I discovered that they had pattern keeper now and great stands and scroll rods, and I'm like, yes, this sounds good to me. Because the last one I'd done on the paper, it was, I made so many mistakes. I just can't, well, I didn't know all the terms and whatnot back then, and this was 20 years ago. But I was trying to do extreme cross country, which is why I think I ran into so many troubles, because my counting obviously wasn't good, and gridding was, never heard of that. So I was counting without gridding, and it just didn't work. So yeah, anyway, I got back into it and I did a lot of research, and I think Heaven and Earth Designs was the first one I found. And in terms of, you know, cross stitch places to buy PDF cross stitches for Pattern Keeper, and the size of them scared me because I'd never done anything that big. So then I found Artisy, which is an Australian company, and I bought the extra large version of this pattern, and I can't remember how many stitches it was now, but it was over 100,000. I'm like, no, that's too big. I don't need that. Why would I need something that big? Like, that's going to take me too long. I don't know why I thought that, but anyway, so then I bought the regular size. Well, am I happy with the result? Not really. I'll show you. So it is on 18 count as well, which, look how stiff that is. That's just terrible. This is, oh, and I can't even hardly show it. And like, that is actually quite big if you think about it. So, well, it's not, but you know what I mean? It's hard for me to show it. But this is Waiting for Master. This is artwork by Dominic Davison. It is a total of 64,200 stitches, and shadowed by Artisy. Now, I really liked the artwork. I really liked the cabin, but the main reason I wanted to stitch it is for these dogs. And I don't know about you, they don't look like dogs at all. So I stitched, you know, all of the sky, and there's trees. Those trees were a confetti nightmare. I've since worked out trees are a confetti nightmare. Well, this one showed me trees are a confetti nightmare. And then I got all of that the way, and then I got all the way to the dogs, and I'm like, oh, the dogs. You can't tell they're dogs. But I finished it. And then I, you know, did more research. I'll just show you that again. And I realized that 64,200 stitches is not going to get me the detail I want. So, not for one like this, where I wanted to see the dogs. And yes, I finished this a long time ago, and yes, it hasn't been washed or ironed or framed. I should do something with it. I should frame it. I mean, it's nice, but yeah, it's pixelated. Like, look at that sky. That's too pixelated for my likings. And it's only because of the size. Like, if I'd actually stitched the extra large or large, whatever Artisy call, I can't remember, I'm sure it would have turned out, and I would have loved it. So that was my first foray into. Now you say, oh, Anne, you don't like stitching landscapes. Well, this is another reason why I don't like stitching landscapes. So I was living with my parents at the time, and they convinced me to do this one because the other ones were too busy. But yeah, I would never pick that one myself. So then the next one I worked on is also an 18 count, and I did this one for my daughter, and again, she's still, it's still unwashed, unframed, unironed. She doesn't even remember that I stitched it for her. I'll have to go and show her after the video and be like, oh, do you remember I stitched this for you? I don't even know if she wants it on her wall now. She did choose this one. We looked through all the Heaven and Earth designs at the time, and she did choose this one. Now, this is a quick stitch, so I thought it would be, you know, the bigger chart still scared me. So that waiting for master was 64,000. This is 122,000, so double that. And then after this one, I jumped straight into Dragon Race, which is 417. So yeah, I started off small and went big. But this is my finish. I might show you up close to start with because, well, I'll show you the whole thing. This is on 18 count, that's why it's so big. So this is Quick Stitch Unicorn Haven, artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. That rug, carpet, whatever, that was a complete confetti nightmare. This business down here, I actually ended up stitching stitch by stitch because it was just, yeah. It has pretty much every single colour in it, and then like 5 or 6 of those colours. So 5, 6 pinks, 5 or 6 reds, 5 or 6 oranges. It was full on, full on. But yeah, that's my other full coverage finish. So yes, I've had 2 full coverage finishes, and then I started Dragon Race. So that was the end of my finishes. I think I might have finished, because I did these ones monogamous, I think I might have finished both of those 2 in the same year, or in the same 12 months anyway. And then I started Dragon Race, and then it was all over. Because I'm up to 254,000 in Dragon Race, which is more than those 2 combined. So, but I've been doing Dragon Race for a lot longer than a year. But then, you know, I fell down the rabbit hole and chose all these other designs to stitch. So yeah. Here we are now, and then I've just added another one. So I think now I have 17 whips on my decision wheel, and then Dragon Race, so I think I'm up to 18 whips, and I will continue for the foreseeable future, just spinning my wheel, stitching on Dragon Race on the Sunday, and then if another chart takes my fancy, you never know, I might start it. I'm still waiting for the, what's it called? The cat one. Well, I know they're all cat ones. There's a dog one and there's a cat one. The Amy Stewart one. Oh, the names. Oh, that's going to annoy me. It's not a cat shelf. It's something like that. It's a shelf with cats that Amy Stewart's working on. And she said early fall. So, and I think she said last update November. So that'll probably be a new start before Christmas, I'd say. So I better go and get some fabric, because I don't know if you can hear that, but my cat is attacking my furniture. She is a furniture scratcher. She's completely ruined my couch. But is it a problem? No, of course not, because she's adorable. So I got one cat, Sophie. She destroys my carpet. This cat destroys my couch and other chairs. So yeah, my couch and carpet is destroyed, but we do the things we do for all our animals and the pets we love. So, well, I guess we'll see what next week brings. Possibly more gaming. It was nice to have a slower week after last week's what was it? Battling that I was doing in that cross stitch game. But I always hope to get at least 5,500 to 6,000. So 5,000's probably my base level, but you can't beat time with quality time with your child, can you? So you can see Bella, she wants to get out, so I'd better sign off. But yeah, if Tonya could leave me a comment below with your comment below, or you can just email me at my email address that I'll put in the description, and so you can get your prize. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and for all the likes, comments, and subscriptions. And I hope everyone has a good stitchy week. Bye.